Hi and welcome. We're in the new year now. Now, as some of you will know, as I mentioned before, I'm recording this in 2024. So why am I recording it? I'm at the Reboot, the event that starts the year, where I'm rebooting Declare a Play. That's at Denham. And that started on Thursday, so hence I'm not here. What are we doing? Well, I'm hoping we've all had a good time and started the year well, but of course we are in double annui, which on this occasion is about redoubles. So I'm quite happy for you to call it redouble annui. But we'll be doing that on the Mondays. On the Fridays, we are still bidding the opponent's suit. And today we are going to be looking at the bigger auctions. So when the auctions get big, and that we were talking about slams and sacrifices, and it's quite important. It ends up being worth quite a lot, shall we say. But we'll have our usual selection. We will have the bidding quiz, the seminar, and then a 5-level hangover, as it were, which might be apt at the moment. So I hope everybody is happy, and let's get started. Here's the bidding quiz, which of course is on the theme. You open a heart. 2 spade overcall from north, weak jump overcall, 3 spades from your partner, 4 spades from south. North, south are vulnerable, you are not. 1 heart, 2 spades, 3 spades, 4 spades. Okay, so there's some action in the auction there, and we'll see how we get on with that one. Let's come back to the PowerPoint. Okay, and see what we've got in store. So bidding the opponent's suit, as we have discussed last year, seems strange to say that, but pretty much always when we bid the opponent's suit, other than that Michael's cubit, which is in another place, as it were, the immediate cubit, as it were, showing 2 suitors, when we bid the opponent's suit in any other occasion, we are basically saying, I'm strong and I expect to make my contract. And that is a key message, as we're going to see when we look at these bids at higher levels. Okay, so you're not usually describing your hand, you're just showing strength and excitement. I've then got the list of the times it comes up. We're looking at later in the auction, just before the new year, before Christmas, we looked at jumps in the opponent's suit and the double jump. We'll finish over the next few weeks with the 2 ones at the bottom, unnatural openings and when it can be natural. Please do send your hands in as well. It'll be good to have some examples to sum up the whole. So the opponent's suit at higher levels. Well, this is all about making sure whether you know if you're sacrificing or you're bidding to make. And it's particularly pertinent opposite an overcall, for example, because when partner makes an overcall, quite often we think we're the ones going down. But if you happen to be very strong opposite your partner, well, then you need to get it across to him. So we are strong, they are sacrificing. And what it means is if they bid above us, if I bid 4 spades and they bid 5 diamonds, think really seriously before you bid 5 spades, partner. Okay, because I might want to double them. Okay, so I'm really saying, partner, I don't, your 5 spades is more likely to be inviting me to a slam than it is to just be competing. Okay, because I'm expecting that we might get quite a lot. It's also can be slam invitation, and that is crucial in these auctions as well. It's so easy to forget about slams. It's so easy for the bidding to go 1 heart, 1 spade, 3 hearts, 4 spades, 5 hearts, and we make 5 hearts plus 1. Because we're just thinking, should I double 4 spades or should I bid 5 hearts? Rather than thinking maybe we can make a slam or something like that. Okay, so we're going to use a bit of the opponent's suit to show excitement. So let's look at some examples here. So 1 heart from north, your opponent. 1 spade from your partner, 3 hearts from south. Okay. So I put north-south vulnerable up there, which is important. So we're non-vulnerable. And you've got a nice hand, haven't you, here? And you can guess how the auction's going to go. I mean, partner's one spade could be based on something very little, so you can't necessarily be sure that you're going to make a game. The problem is, if you bid 3 spades here, the opponents are very likely to bid 4 hearts, and then you're probably going to bid 4 spades anyway. So I think you've got to take the bull by its horns and say, I'm going to bid 4 spades. Now, so you bid 4 spades. It goes 5 hearts, 5 spades from partner. And now you're not so happy. Can you see why? Your partner is non-vulnerable like you are against vulnerable opponents. He wants to sacrifice. You need to tell your partner that you do not want him to sacrifice. Remember, at this vulnerability, when you are non-vulnerable and they're vulnerable, you can afford to go 3 off, assuming 5 hearts is making. You know that 5 hearts probably isn't making. Remember, partner's made a bid, so she could well have something, even if it's just the ace of spades that he's got. You're favourite to make 3, possibly even 4 tricks. So what you've got to be saying to yourself, to the partnership, is, partner, whatever you do not bid 5 spades as a sacrifice. I don't mind you bidding it to make it, but if you're weak, I'm strong enough to take them down. So we bid the opponent's suit here, 4 hearts. Partner, I'm strong, I'm excited, I'm expecting to make 4 spades. Okay? So do not sacrifice against 5 hearts, because I know 5 hearts is making. So if they make the mistake of bidding 5 hearts here, we can double them and take them down. Or hopefully, obviously there could be extreme distribution in the other suits as well. But can you see the idea here? Okay, that you, with ace, ace, king in unbid suits, there's no reason to think that those aren't going to make 3 tricks. And that's without giving your partner anything yet. And he has made a bid. I know he's non-vulnerable. I know it's only at the 1 level, but I'm still expecting something in his hand. Okay, 4 hearts. Partner, I'm strong and excited. Now there's your partner's hand. When it goes if it goes 5 hearts from your opponents, your partner passes. But if you bid 4 spades on this hand, or 3 spades for that matter, your partner's going to want to sacrifice, because he's thinking, well, if partner's just bid 4 spades, so for example, if your partner had 5 spades to the queen and maybe just 1 ace, just a 6 count, yeah, he's going to bid to the level of the fit 4 spades. And when they bid 5 hearts, you're thinking, well, they're going to have 1 spade loser and maybe 1 other trick. I'm going to bid 5 spades. So 5 spades would actually be the right place if West has a weak hand. But as we know, West doesn't have a weak hand. We had it. So we said, partner, I'm strong and I'm excited. Okay. So there you go. There's the hand. And as you can see, they're vulnerable. I think South's bid is perfectly reasonable. 3 heart bid there. He's got some great distribution. North, it's a close one, isn't it? It's a little unlucky that the queen is opposite King Jack, as it were, so that they end up losing 4 tricks. But 4 tricks, 5 hearts doubled is 500. So it gets us more than the game. Okay, whereas we only make 10 tricks in spades. That's the crucial one here. So if you bid 5 spades, you'd go off. No surprise there. We haven't got the distribution, as it were, for 5 spades to make. Notice that a good reason for West for being positive and bidding to 4 spades here is that you are expecting a singleton heart in your partner's hands. You're hoping the hands fit together pretty well. And here, as you can see, most of the time, you're just going to lose 1 club, 1 diamond and 1 heart. You do have to work for it, though. It's quite interesting, actually, because you need 2 club ruffs. So let's say they lead a heart, maybe switch to a trump, you play ace and another club. Okay. It's odd because North actually discards that, but you do need to ruff 2 clubs with the 9 of spades and the queen of spades, and you can get home safely. Having the 10 fall on the first round helps you here. Okay, but if you draw trumps, you will end up a trick short in 4 spades, let alone 5 spades. So let's change the hand. And let's have, I'm moving you to the east seat now. The bidding goes 1 heart. You overcall 1 spade. 3 hearts. We've seen this auction before. Partner jumps to 4 spades. 5 hearts from north. Do you trust your partner or not? Yes? Okay. Well, I'm going to bid 5 spades then. Does that make sense? So we're non-vulnerable against vulnerable. My partner's 4 spade bid suggests he has 5 card spade support and doesn't have to have anything else. Okay, so all we need to do to make a profit is make 8 tricks. So give your partner, I don't know, a singleton club, you've got a singleton heart, a bit of cross-stuffing, you'll make 8 tricks even if he doesn't have a high card. Okay, so I want to be able to bid 5 spades. I'm trusting my partner not to have the hand that he had last time. On the last hand, we saw him bid 4 hearts, the opponent's suit, and that said, oh, we won't bid. We'll let partner decide. Here, look at partner's hand. Partner's got queen to 5. He's actually got a bit more strength than we might desire, but it's no surprise the opponents have a singleton spade, okay? And the only other trick we're going to make is the ace of clubs. Okay, now, I suppose the king of diamonds might have made a trick, but partner might not have had it. So it's a slight risk in bidding 5 spades. But you're going to do reasonably well in 5 spades anyway. Okay, I say that. Let's have a look. 5 hearts. Oh, that should say 650, if you'll forgive me there. So yeah, essentially, the diamond finesse works, so declarer will make 5 hearts. In fact, I think if you play on clubs first, you don't even need the diamond finesse. I think, you know, so let's say we lead the ace of spades and maybe switch to a trump or something like that. Declarer can play a club to the ace to the queen, which, as long as West puts the ace up, on a diamond switch, declarer can win with the ace, draw trumps, and discard all of the diamonds, believe it or not. And therefore doesn't need the diamond finesse. So isn't that interesting? Okay. So, you know, 5 hearts is going to make 650. We can afford to go 3 off. Now, with the diamond finesse not working, we are going to go 3 off, but 500 is a good save. And that's why it's so important. If partner bids the opponent's suit, partner's saying he's strong, he's excited, he expects to make the contracts that he's bidding. Whereas if we just jump to 4 spades, we're bidding to the level of the fit, we're not expecting to make, but we think it's a good sacrifice. And therefore I'm allowed, if I so wish, with the east hand to bid on to 5 spades. Because if it goes 5 hearts pass, I'm not sure West is going to make another bid. With the king of diamonds and the ace of clubs in his hand, he might be hoping that he might defeat the opponent's contract. Okay, so an interesting hand. You don't have to play in 5 spades, of course, but playing pairs, it's going to get you a rather nice score, isn't it? One of the top scores. Okay, so let's put an auction up. 2 hearts, 2 spades, 3 hearts. Okay, so week 2, you overcall 2 spades, it goes 3 hearts. In these kind of auctions, it can be easy to forget that slam is an option. So, and we do it all the time. We're all guilty. We're in a competitive auction. We think we've done well to bid the game. 12 tricks come rolling in, and we think, oh dear. So you can use the opponent's suit in auctions like this. You're not joking. Clearly, we are the overcallers. So when it's a week 2, so we are assumed now to be the stronger hand. So it's very different. Usually, if it's an opening bid at the 1 level, the overcaller is going to be weaker often than the opening bid. Whereas if the opponents have opened with a weak bid, we assume that we are the stronger side. So in this auction, 2 spades, 3 hearts, again, looks like a preemptive style raise, doesn't it? So I don't think the opponents are doing much in this auction. I expect that the spade bidders, us, assuming I've got support for them, are hoping to make a game. So even if I jump to 4 spades here, I'd be basically saying, partner, you know, let's make 4 spades. However, 4 hearts is going to suggest we might be able to make more than 4 spades. Generally, it's difficult. There's not much room in auctions like this. So 4 hearts is what's called a general slam try in spades. It doesn't promise anything in hearts. It promises support, but it doesn't promise anything in hearts. So, if you've got a nice hand with a doubleton heart, you still feel the need to bid 4 hearts sometimes. But it's so important in these auctions to remember that slam is an option at times. Okay, so let's look at this hand, for example. 2 hearts weak from your opponents, and in fact your partner does overcall 2 spades here. So we've had the same auction that we've just seen. So 2 hearts, 2 spade overcall, 3 hearts. Okay, so there's 2 things to say here. First, if the opponents do have the 9 card fit that we think they might have, your partner could be sitting with a singleton heart. Well, if your partner's sitting with a singleton heart, what's the minimum he should have for his 2 spade overcall? Well, he should have the equivalent of an opening hand. So 10 points probably, and ace king to 6 spades, sorry, is reasonable. Okay, but we expect close to an opening hand as a minimum overcall. It's important. This is where the phrase never preempt to preempt comes in. I'm assuming that my partner's 2 spade bid is stronger than the weak 2, and I'm allowed to assume that. With weak hands, you pass and let partner bid, because someone's got to be strong. If the opener's weak and you're weak, and the next hand's weak, well, partner's then going to make a bid. And if you've passed, he knows you're not strong. Here, it doesn't take much imagination. Give partner ace king to 6 spades, singleton heart, not surprisingly, and the king of diamonds. That's a 10 count. But I can see slam making already. Can you see that? 6 spade tricks, 5 diamond tricks, and the ace of clubs. Very simple indeed. So you can see that we need to get quite excited about this hand. Okay, so here I want you to bid 4 hearts. Partner, I know we can make 4 spades, but just in case, I want you to consider a slam as well. Does that make sense? Okay, partner, I'm strong and excited. Well, I've given your partner 2 kings here to make it even more plain sailing. Okay, and that is a really, really nice 2 spade overcall. So if partner is excited, well, I've got control of every suit. So I think East should trust his partner. Remember, the 4 heart bid shows support. Are you happy with that? At this high level, it's got to show support. And with majors, we always like it to show support. So for me, I would bring out Blackwood, actually. I think I've got a really good 2 spade overcall. Those of you who count losers, it's a 5 loser hand. Okay, so this really could be a lot worse. Okay, well, certainly 1 king worse, and we'd already discussed that 1 king worse would still make a slam good. I think it would be slightly tougher to bid to the slam if I took one of the minor suit kings away, because I'm not sure East is going to be as excited. But here, for me, it's a 4-no trump bid, because we have control of every suit. Can you see that? If I had enough time to cue bid, I could cue bid at the 4 level, let's say 4 clubs, and hope partner can then cue bid diamonds or hearts. But here, there's no room. I've got to bring the Blackwood out. As long as partner shows me 2 aces, I'm going to go for the slam. Okay, bear in mind that partner could have 4 spades or the queen of spades here to make the spades all good. You don't necessarily need the queen of trumps if partner's got 4. And even if partner's only got 3 and without the queen, you've still got the chance of the queen falling. So here, as you can see, it's a great slam, isn't it? If they lead hearts, we make 12. If they lead anything else, we make 13 tricks. Partner would show 2 aces, of course. Okay, slightly different here, and this makes life difficult, but the same auction: 2 hearts, 2 spades, 3 hearts, 4 hearts. So 4 hearts doesn't promise anything in hearts here. So I think the best that East can do, East has got to try for slam here. He's a 5 loser hand. He has a great hand. Okay, but I think he's got to make some form of cue bid. I know he's missing 3 aces here, so you might think it's a bit much, but partner's got to have something. And let's say partner's got nothing in hearts. Well, then where is his points? Where are his points? Sorry. Remember, it only takes we're hoping partner's got a singleton heart. If he has, we only require ace, ace, queen in his hand. Okay, so here the auction would go 5 clubs, 5 diamonds. Yes, partner, I am excited about slam, but I have a feeling he hasn't got heart control. So we would bid 5 spades now, and we would settle in a very simple 5-spade contract, avoiding 6. Remember, they're going to lead heart, so don't think you're going to scrape your slam here. It's really difficult to bid these ones accurately. Clearly, you have 2 extraordinarily powerful hands. You've got most of the 30-point pack, as in you've got nothing in hearts, and you're only missing, I think you're only missing 1 jack outside of that. So you've got the 29 points outside of hearts. So, you know, there's no absolutely right to try for a slam here, clearly, but it's not quite there. The only other, I mean, you can, I mean, sometimes people, I mean, you could jump to 5 spades, sometimes saying, partner, if you've got a heart control, we can bid 6, but, you know, again, that's tricky. I think, I'm going to be honest, a lot of you will have heard me say 5 level. If you're going to cube it at the 5 level, it should show an ace, but all East is trying to show here is, partner, I am excited. You've asked me if I'm excited. I am excited. I've got a 5 loser hand. And I only made a 2-spade overcall here, so I am excited. Clearly, I think we've probably got the potential for slam, but we would need a control. So, for example, here, if you change partner's ace from the clubs to hearts, a partner might have had ace, doubleton, heart, and 3 small clubs. Well, then I'm hoping over 5 clubs, partner would bid the slam. Okay, and we'd make the slam very comfortably because we'd be able to draw trumps and discard all of the either the heart losers or the club losers, as it were. So we would only lose 1 trick. So it's all about where the ace is in clubs or hearts. Can you see in the west hand? So if I swap the 4 of hearts for the ace of clubs, so we have ace, 5, doubleton, and 5, 4, 2 of clubs, then of course we would be able to make 6 spades. So it is tricky, but I'm hoping if partner had that hand, if partner heard me bid 5 clubs, he would then look at his hands thinking, I've got the ace of hearts, the ace of diamonds, queen of trumps, I'm bidding 6 spades. But much harder. If you can't bid Blackwood, you're sort of in the guesswork. You've got to just assume, you've got to trust each other for having these strong hands. Okay. Wow, look at this one. You open 2 hearts. I don't mind if you don't. North, south are vulnerable. You are non-vulnerable. 2 spades. 3 spades. 4 spades. Wow, okay. So there you go. 2 hearts, 2 spades, 3 spades, 4 spades, and it's your bid. North, south are vulnerable. You are not. So your partner's shown heart support, but of course he's given you that warning signal. He is saying, partner, we are making. Are you happy with that? Such an important message. He has said, we are making. So you could only bid 5 hearts if you think you're making 5 hearts. And you've got no idea. You've got exactly what you said on the tin. Okay, so 3 spades is saying, partner, I expect to make 4 hearts. So whatever you do, do not sacrifice over 4 spades. Okay, maybe if you had something, I don't know, completely different, maybe a 6-6 hand that you decided to open with a weak 2, which I don't particularly like, that could be slight. But here you've got a relatively normal weak 2. With a void in spades, which could mean that partner's sitting there with a trump trick. And he may well be thinking, look, I know we can make 4 hearts, but I also know what I can do to 4 spades. So it's really important. You're not being invited to do something. There's your partner's hand there. Okay. And he's made a brilliant bid over 2 spades. Okay, 3 spades, partner, I am strong and excited. I'm bidding 4 hearts. As it happens, 4 hearts may not make, but it's not obvious, okay? And a lot of the time they will lead a spade, and if they do lead a spade, you'll be able to discard those diamonds, okay? So you might get away with it, but, you know, basically he's saying, I expect to make 4 hearts. I do not want to sacrifice. And you can see why, can't you? I mean, look at that. Okay, so over 4 spades, of course, he will double. Okay, and the 3 spade bid is a clever bid. It says, partner, I'm strong and excited. Do not be sacrificing. I do not want you looking at that vulnerability and getting carried away. Whereas if I had raised to 3 hearts or 4 hearts, you know, you probably still shouldn't be doing it with the West hand because you're not being invited to bid. But 3 spades specifically says, partner, do not let me down. So there you go. 4 spades double gets you 500. No surprise there. You're going to make the ace king of spades, the ace king of clubs, and the ace of hearts. Unfortunately, as I say, if they get the lead right, and I think North probably will lead the ace of diamonds here, they will actually take 4 hearts off. So you'll only make 9 tricks. But as you can see, it seems reasonable to bid to 4 hearts. You've got a chance of the trumps being kinder to you. Notice that they could have been 2-2, but you could have also had a singleton honour in the North hand, which might have allowed you then to pick up the suit as well. Because if the Queen of Hearts, for example, had fallen, you could then cross over and lead the 10 of Hearts on the next round to pick up the rest of the suit. But the last thing you'd want to hear is 5 hearts from West there. Okay, because if West bids 5 hearts, whether it gets doubled or not, it doesn't really matter. I'd expect South probably to double it with a trump trick, or a hopeful trump trick, because he expects North to have something in his hand. North is completely minimum for his 2 spade overcall, but I think it's normal. Okay, vulnerable against not. You've got 10 points in a 6 card suit. For me, it's close enough to an opening hand. And of course, South is sacrificing, and 4 spades seems reasonable. A little bit unlucky, I guess, a little bit unlucky. But remember, the ace and king of spades could have been separate. And if they break 1-1, then you're making another trick. And remember, 1 off doubled is still a good save against what he thinks is a making game. Okay, he is bidding 1 level above the fit as well. He's got 5 spades opposite what he thinks might be 6. Okay, to sum up what we've talked about, we bid the opponent's suits at higher levels when we are strong for 2 reasons. One, when we think if our partner's made a weakish bid, we bid an opponent's suit bid to get across to him that we are the strong side. So either if partner's made a weak jump overcall or a weak 2 or just a simple overcall at the 1 level, that often we will expect to be the weak side there. Okay, and so if that's the case, we bid the opponent's suit to say, partner, we are making our contract. The other example, of course, is when we've opened the bidding, they overcall, and we don't just want to try for game. We want to get partner to realise that a slam might be on. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. We're taking the bids of the opponent's suit to another level. So bearing in mind what we talked about, let's go back to that bidding quiz. 1 heart from you, normal opening bid. Weak jump overcall. 3 spades from partner. Remember, that's committing us to game. 4 spades from the opponents. And it's really, really easy here to get stuck in the idea of should I bid 5 hearts or not. The vulnerability makes it a bit more tricky here in a way, because you might feel you can get enough out of their game, but they should have hugely distributional hands to be bidding like this. And the key for me is your partner has said he can make game opposite a normal 1 heart bid. I am looking at a pretty good hand here. I've got the ace and king of trumps to 5. I've got a singleton and another ace king. I'm quite happy to try for slam, thanks partner. If you remember, 3 spades is a slam try. I've got to get you to remember that. It's saying I've got a good raise to 4 hearts, partner. Well, I am better than minimum, and with my distribution, I'm going to try for slam, and that's all I'm going to do. I can't bid Blackwood really. All I can really do, I think, here is bid 5 diamonds. You know, partner. Rather than bidding 5 hearts, remember, 5 hearts is simply saying I think 5 hearts is the right bid, partner. Okay, all right, whereas 5 diamonds says, okay, I'm willing to try, partner. Okay, and there's your partner's hand, and 5 diamonds, hopefully, will persuade him to bid slam. So you might think, what on earth are you bidding 6 hearts for here? Well, over 5 diamonds, your partner could try for a grand slam, I suppose, but what he's doing to himself here is he's saying, look, I've got 3 card spades here. Both the opponents have bid spades. A lot of the time they'll have a 10-card fit, so partner will have a void. But if not a 10-card fit, maybe they've got a 9-card fit, in which case I know partner's got a singleton. My partner's bid 5 diamonds, so I'm expecting him to have his strength there. I've got the clubs completely covered. I think 5 no trumps in this auction would be a grand slam force, but you don't want to do that because you've got a spade loser. So I think 6 hearts is the practical bid. Remember, 5 hearts would just be a sign off here. So I think I think jumping to 6 hearts is right. And as you can see, 6 hearts is relatively comfortable. Again, there's a little bit of work to be done in 6 hearts, so bear that in mind. You do need to make sure that you make your 12th trick. So you've got 5 heart tricks, 3 diamonds and 2 clubs. You may well need to ruff 2 clubs in the east hand. Okay, so you're requiring the clubs to break at worst 5-2. If they break 6-1, you might have to suffer a ruff, but you'd play the ace and king of clubs off early and then try to ruff clubs in the east hand there. Okay. So an interesting hand, but the key is that slams can be on. I'm thinking that maybe one of the, let me just see what you're going to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You probably are going to get 500 out of 4 spades. So, you know, doubling would have been an option, I guess. But in fact, that makes it key. Remember, you were non-vulnerable, the opponent's vulnerable. I think I probably meant to have the vulnerability the other way around, but that's another matter. The key is, though, 5 hearts is definitely not right, because 5 hearts is only getting you 480, well, 450 if you think you can't make a slam, and you could have got 500 out of 4 spades. So I think if 5 diamonds is the key bid, saying partner, yes, I do think there's a chance to slam. And of course, if partner had nothing, maybe partner's got the ace of spades on this, maybe ace king of spades and queen jack of diamonds and whatever. If he had nothing in clubs, then of course he'd know we've missed out clubs. And that's what we're really saying is, partner, I think there's a chance for slam, but I've got nothing in clubs. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. We've got one last port of call, and that is our 5-level decision. And after that, we can all go lie down in a dark room. Okay, so let's look at the auction on this one, and this is our hangover hand going on until next Monday. So it goes a diamond from you, a normal opening bid, 2 spades from south, who's non-vulnerable, north south are non-vulnerable against us who are vulnerable, and funnily enough, it goes 3 spades, 4 spades. So I think we're on a bit of the theme, aren't we? So you can decide what to bid. 1 diamond, 2 spades, 3 spades from your partner, 4 spades. What do you think? I think that's pretty tricky. One little reminder is, don't forget a cubit in partner's suit. Sorry, when you've opened a minor, isn't as religious about its minor suit support. So don't forget that sometimes that 3 spade bid is looking for 3 no trumps. So 1 diamond, 2 spades, 3 spades pass. We would bid 3 no trumps if we had the spades stopped. So don't forget that in your calculation. Okay, so you've got a difficult decision, I think, to make there. So have some fun with that one over the weekend. So yes, this is a long way ahead that I'm thinking, but have a good weekend. I'm here on the 20th of December recording this, thinking let's have a good Christmas and a happy start to the year. And I hope you did have both of those, and hopefully there'll be lots of doubling carrying on and plenty of bidding of the opponent's suit. Please do send in hands though, because it's really helpful, particularly on these intricate topics, to see how things can work, but also to see how things don't work so well. So I'm going to be carrying on rebooting at Denim, but I will see you back on Monday. So thanks for your company, and see you again soon.